You cannot be a lawmaker that then you strike the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want to say that then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But what we can be for is not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people from the government even say, sanctify people, don't know that more than giving 1% I want to go in talk. But they sit down over there in talk their family people because they need work. Is that the person that need work and that the person sanctify people say they want it? We employ our family people, but some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody's time when the country is not better. It is everybody's time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, Brother Sakoles, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for Sakoles. Brother Sakoles, they are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They got people that got degrees, they know nothing. The only person with 8 people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and break out for marketeers, spending rather, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is long before carrying the benefit out. Because we are close.
Hello. Yeah, man.
My son, you made a mistake.
What?
I heard you last night. We are going indeed to Kupa. Absolutely, after the whole election at Ima.
Freedom, Oh, yes, indeed. What a great way. We'd like to welcome all of you on this rainy Wednesday morning from the nation's capital in Monrovia. A pleasant good morning. And welcome to Liberia's most informative breakfast platform, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. Whenever you hear the sound beaming through your speakers just across the country, of course, it's an indication that another edition of the People's Show. Oh yeah, this is where you have everybody. But look, folks, today is another very interesting opportunity, and of course, like we promised, we're gonna do a lot of cleanup and of course exposure on I know a lot of the black eye officials are tuned in right now. They've been here ever since because they were shocked to know how we managed to lay our hands on some of these things. But yes, folks, there are too many things to talk about. Lots of things happening in Liberia. Whether it's the president's pronouncement about the reduction. This has a sweeping reduction in the price of rice and flour. and you go to read and you see as if to say this is an unprecedented reduction, but then it is absolutely not. We've been there. This is basically like efforting to carry the rice price to where it used to be. But technically, if you look at exactly what has happened, that means the crisis that propelled the rice price to have increased to around $16 and $17. Then you remember about a year or two ago. That means these phenomenons have subsided to an extent, and of course there's been effort to return or restore the prices to its original state, right? Don't you all remember when rice was being sold here for $14, $13 for about 4 years into the CDC government? You can't argue that, right? Until coming to the latter part of the CDC government, when the government announced that they could not sustain the subsidy, somewhere around $14 or so that used to a million that used to be paid to rice importers. You all remember that, right? That kept the rice price around between $13 to $14 for majority of the CDC era, until global constraints and other things came in, and then it pushed the prices. The government withdrew the subsidy, and the market became what it became. Fast forward, Bwaka has announced through an unorthodox approach or means. Imagine the office of the president is announcing reduction in rice price. It tells you how petty our country has come, how petty the presidency has come. No investment to announce. I mean, these are big things that should be coming on the president page, but rice price, that should be the Ministry of Commerce. The president is not announcing subsidy. The president is not announcing any kind of sustainable intervention made that has triggered the reduction in the price. But he just makes a draconian, arbitrary pronouncements about rice prices or reduction. So we see how it plays out. So we have in our possession documentation indicating a Channel A donation of 31 container full of rice donated to the people and the government and people of Liberia. Came in the country on August 1. The rice was brought to Liberia. So this morning we're going to be asking the president the hard question on the status of the Chinese rice, as it has ignited some bit of concerns as to whether this is the background from where the president has made such an unscientific pronouncement or reduction in the price of rice, plus other issue. But we'll wait to see how all of these things going to play out. Today we have two sets of guests, and these guests are coming from the community. They're coming to talk to us about business, education, and human-related matters. So as soon as they come in, we take them one at a time. They all speak on the issues that they have or they are involved with. Then we transition to the hardcore political conversations around the rice, make some analysis on those. But yesterday there was a scene in Ganta, a motorcyclist versus the police again. We do not have the full details, but we've listened to our witnesses and residents in Ganta. They've said a thing or two, so we'll wait to see what the police report will look like as an official update on what transpired in Ganta. But it was a scene of horror. Pleasant good morning. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, as always, Hagar Gonda is here. This morning we are paying. We are doing the jackpot. And on the jackpot, you win big for just $200 Liberian dollars. This morning, you stand a chance to win. From the least you can win is 15,000, 25,000, 50,000, and upward. The more you play, the better your chances are to win. And let's say, for instance, this morning between now to 8:15, we have at least 6 people, and each of those 6 people playing 10 times. That's about 2,000 each. Trust me, we'll do the draw and pay the first batch. So once we pay the first batch, and then we move to the second batch, which will be definitely be the 25,000 categories, and then we go to the third, the 50,000 categories. And trust me, you can, because yesterday we managed to pay well over 8 persons through 3 successful round of draws, and on the day before we pay 4. So gradually we are progressing, and that's why we've brought you the jackpot to make more money on just an instance. So the *255*1# *255*1# *255*1# for the smartphone users, and qualify to win either of our bumper prizes here this morning on the cash giveaway. And remember that the back to school bonanza is up as well. So as you're playing, you're also qualifying to win mega back to school prizes, or if you may, bonanzas. Hey guys, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, and good morning to Liberians following us. It's good to be back here, especially when we promise the people that on yesterday, we promised them that we were going to be here today. So it's good that we are here. Thank God for grace. We are here to continue with the Liberian people's job. So for all of
you said today we're going to be
I actually mistook yesterday for Wednesday. So later realized that, and at least you were able to make the correction. But it's good. We are here to talk about trending national issues. Whatever the case is, we are here as always fearlessly to bring you the undiluted truth. And with what happened in Nimba yesterday, we've had some round of calls around, placed some calls to our media colleagues from the county. They've been able to tell us they've been able to give us our witness account and in fact what actually went on there in Nimba. So we will speak a bit about that this morning, coupled with our what we consider as national security threat. and all of these things. We will talk about it. But like Abu said, the back to school bonanza is here, and you could be a part of it. All that you have to do is to muster the courage and just use the promo code *255 *1# for those using the button phone, and then *255 *1# for those using the smartphone. It is intended for you to get your prompt quick. So if you're a smartphone user, you have to dial *255 *1# so that you can get your prompt quick and then be able to enter your PIN. Yeah, but you're using the small button phone, you can just use the *255 *1#, and then yes, you're good. When you win something here this morning, it also help you to join the back to school bonanza, where the grand prize is going to be 100,000 scholarship. And then yes, you can be a part of that. So let's continue. You can win here this morning between now up to 10 o'clock. Use your phone, make money while you follow us here this morning. So yes, it's good that we are back here.
Definitely. So we're just gonna be jogging around the conversation. We'll enter because more people got to join. Please share the live and let's talk about this rice thing and put it in the right perspective. So here, guys, just check. There's a front page Africa article where Yombly Kanga Lawrence disagreed with this whole rice and price reduction thing, right? The shenanigans. So it is there. Let's get that, and then we all will reason together, right? Librarians, we all will come here and we'll reason. So y'all please tell Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister Ibrahim Nye to join us for breakfast. We have some very interesting conversation with him and his boss because they basically will have to tell us a lot more about the rights donation. Remember quite recently. Remember quite recently the IRS or the asset recovery people were after rights, right?
Yeah.
Donated by the Saudi government. So now we like to know from them what is the status of the Chinese aid rice, the Chinese rice that was donated to the Liberian people that the government has hidden and they have now spoken to us about any day, anywhere. We had to manage, go and dig it out. So we got it. We'll read everything for you. Ibrahim Yen name is there, right? As the consignee, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but his name is there, right? So probably he was the man, on behalf of the government running it. So yes, he has to come up. He has to be there, and let's talk about this together. Because look, the way the government intend to run the country is terrible. It's bad. We've always said that, look, gentlemen, you have to slow down. This is no campaign period, right? Campaign is way somewhere there, right? So slow down and let's govern responsibly. But since you've all decided, no, you're not going to do it responsibly, right? We will always come here to expose you, right? If you want to steal the Chinese rice and then sell it to the importers, compel them to sell it for $14, right? And in fact, I'm told it's a butter rice. You all remember that starchy butter rice during the wartime, during the 2003 wartime. That used to be big letter. This is the rice we are told that they're trying to bring on the market, and they say, "Oh, the president sell a rice for $14." And Town on a rare $14 different than a kosher called butter rice. But now you bring kosher called butter rice on the market, and then So we're gonna have conversations about these things because we need our government to operate very responsibly. But yes, so the cash giveaway. You want to add something, right?
Yes, everything here continue.
So the cash giveaway. This morning, like we've always told you, we need you to take serious advantage because we've done all our part. And let me tell you, one man here that always on the cash giveaway thing, and up and down, blah blah blah, and he other shoes and lay, and for the cash giveaway thing, walking up and down, I can't only walk. Man, I walk behind it for your sake. I would the man get one shoe for the cash. I kidding, man. But look, he has been one man instrumental, and running behind it and doing all he can. Higaya is another person that's always pushing, and for the best to come out of it. So when people finish putting all this effort, so that your winning chances will be guaranteed, and that the possibility of winners will increase, and all of those things, then you have to prove their advocacy right now by taking advantage. That's what we say. Come here, we announce the code, we explain everything to you, we simplify it and all that, right? Hey guys, you want to recap on the back to school bonanza again,
Yes.
right?
So
So while we are talking, be playing, right? So
Mhm.
that by 8:15 we can do the draw, and then we'll take in our first set of guests on the year,
yeah,
right?
sure.
8:15, then we'll do the draw. We send your B, then the other guests leave.
Mhm.
We run it again. The second guest come, we do the draw. So something like that, and then this morning we are good.
So, like we said, all of the opportunities we continue to give you from our cash giveaway program is intended to be able to strengthen you. So you don't just sit and listen and make the radio boring, but at least you can use the radio now while you sit and follow. Maybe somebody just try and put like 500, 600 on your phone and say, hey, I'm going to play and I know I'm going to win from this. So we got the latest of our many promotions that have been coming up. The latest is the back to school promo, because we are in the back to school period where parents are struggling to get the fees for their child or children, to purchase uniform, to purchase book bags, copy books, pen, and just whatever their child would need to go to school. So as a part of as a part of giving back to you that always follow us, somebody maybe it have been difficult for you, you've tried, yeah, but as a way of giving back to you, we've decided that we can launch this back to school program, so that while you follow us here and you win your 5,000, your 4,000, your 10,000, just whatever it is, immediately or instantly when our shows are going on, we can also give you the opportunity. So at the end, when the pronouncement is made on the date where the draw is going to be done, then you can have the opportunity to win for yourself something bigger that is going to help you pay your child fees. So the back to school program, the promotion, we got 4 categories. And the biggest amongst all of them is the grand prize. And that grand prize is a scholarship fund worth 100,000 Liberian dollars. So you already know what it is. If a child, or you got too many children in school, maybe 3, 4 persons, that could help solve all of their fees issue for this period, depending on which school they are in, and even some change. And then the second amongst them is a 50,000 semester fund. And that also, yes, can be paid to the school and all of that. And then the 25,000 semi semester fund. So all of these things are intended to give back to you. And the least amongst them is the one we call the transportation fund, where we will help to, at least if your child is out of your community and is going somewhere else for schooling purpose, yes, you stand a chance to receive 10,000 Liberian dollars, and several other persons are going to be working away with 10,000. So every category will have few persons that will be working away with a particular amount, and that's what it is. So it is up to you. All that you have to continue to do here is to make use of our time here, make use of the opportunity, use your promo code that *255*1# if you are using the button form, *255*1# if you are using the button form, and then *255*1# for those of you using those smartphone. And then just by doing that, you stand a chance to win immediately or instant cash prize here, and then also be a part of our back to school promo. So at the time is 8 o'clock. Hopefully at 8:15 we can hope to do a draw. That is if you meet up the threshold this morning, and yes, then we can go on this morning.
Most definitely, folks. *255*1#, *255*1# is the code. And so we once we start the firework, we don't want any kind of interruption or what have you. So this morning, trust me, we are gonna be firing from all Selena, all Selenas. We're gonna be firing from all Selenas, right? That's exactly what we're gonna be doing this morning on the cash giveaway, the uh, freedom cash giveaway. Okay, so let me see. Something is not going through here, so try to do that and stuff. But while we try to do that as well, let's also update you briefly on what the groundbreaking ceremony that took place on yesterday at the ministerial complex or 540 area there. And so documents in our possession also indicate clearly that the project that was being uh, that ground was being finally or officially broken yesterday for is a project that the Liberian government secured more than 2-3 years ago, right? Finalized, right? The initiated and secured, finalized. So it is not a new project. The only thing that has happened that probably slow or delay the project, according to official diplomatic sources, were the financial bureaucracies and of course all of the procurement and mobilization from the partners, the Chinese government. And so all of these were the ones that probably delay. Plus remember there was a COVID-19 disruption that also happened, right? So it is important to set the record straight. Liberians continue to ask the president, Mr. President, we know your hand mark. Please go and bring your hand mark. We have not seen your hand mark. Mr. President, we know this is a government project, but we who supported you, we who believe that you had, and 43 years of experience, and that experience was what Liberia needed to jumpstart. Mr. President, we want to see your hand mark. Mr. President, we've not seen your hand mark yet. Mr. President, we've not seen your hand mark, aside from the one you try putting in Chicken Soup Factory, but it's poor. Mr. President, you went and rented the people machine and you did not pay, so the people took their machines away from the Chicken Soup Factory road. So it's abandoned, Mr. President. So we want to see your hand mark. So in order to establish a few things with that overpass project, and the reason why Liberians are saying, in spite of the fact that Joseph Numa Boakai and his officials are the one privileged to break ground with the Chinese partners, right? They still view it as a project that the Liberian government secure. In fact, not that they view it, but it is an established fact already that that the government of Liberia under the CDC's stewardship secured and finalized. So now it was doing 2022 because it was finalized in 2021. So in 2022, Liberians were waiting and people were like, oh, this thing not coming. So our colleague Vavle Kamara of ELBC held an interview with the Chinese ambassador then, right? His Excellency Ren Yenshen. Ren Yenshen was here as the ambassador.
I didn't know that Megan pronounced Chinese name.
Oh yeah, my man, I'm a diplomat, so we're changing. Yeah, I got no name calling. So the Chinese ambassador appeared and provided clarity on the doubt then as to why, because there are a lot of rumor in the air that the Chinese people now stop all their project, their vessel Liberia because Liberia took a vote, a human rights vote against China, blah blah blah, and all these things. So the brother hosted the ambassador, and I'm going to play an excerpt from Vafle Kamara's show in 2022 with the Chinese ambassador then, right? Ambassador, His Excellency Ambassador Ren Yenshen. So you listen and hear it for yourself. That people are not just jumping, claiming. right? So no matter how you twist it, no matter how you do it, it is a weird project. And that should not hurt you, right? Secured and finalized, right? But we as a country do not control the bureaucracies in China as to how they go about rallying and the processes they go through before this thing actualized. So it is just a privilege that Boakai happened mistakenly to be the president of the country. Is it an unwanted pregnancy? But it's there now. So anything that come, whether that guava, that banana, you gotta eat it. So, but yeah, let hear the one. Here.
It is appointed with Liberia. Are we going to pay the price? Well, we say first, that's the project. So once all these procedures are completed, they will be expected to come to implement these projects. But this is contrary to reports that we gathered that China has seized all of its projects in Liberia because Liberia reportedly signed up for a 48-page damning human rights UN report on the country's human rights records in Xinjiang against the Uyghur Muslims. Is that true? I don't know who disclosed, who said that China there are reports and reports. There are reports that China has seized all of its projects because Liberia, as one of two African countries, signed up to this. But you know about the human rights reports, right? The report. It's not about the human rights report. It's a joint statement delivered by some Western countries. But is that true that China seized these projects? It's not true. I tell you responsibly, it's not true.
Okay. But then, during the very campaign period and during that time, the United Party folks were the one carrying it around and creating that kind of thing. Oh, China now sees all the projects, so the ambassador then said it is not true. And it had nothing to do with all of the overhead parts and blah, blah, blah. Let's say that was a diplomatic response, but however, that was what we have on the record.
Chinese government has not announced, has not decided to seize these projects. As I said, all these are in tendering and procurement phases.
All these are in tendering and procurement phases. Liberians, listen.
Ago, the president, His Excellency Dr. George Manewia, gave me an audience in the executive information, and I assured him all these projects are progressing steadily. They are in the tendering and the procurement.
So all the projects were progressing steadily because they were all in their procurement and tendering stages in China. Liberal government ain't control that one.
The faces. But is China furious with Liberia because it signed up to that document? We are disappointed. We are very much upset.
Okay, so that is a whole different conversation about the human rights thing and these things happen in the diplomatic realm and all of that. So yes, they can have their own adverse consequences, but at the end of the day, just to let you know from where people come when they tell you, hey guy, that the project you're running away and Baka refused to go to where and blah 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 and everything. He came on Monday. That Monday he came from Bomi and you were booing in Douala. Oh yeah, they're gonna melt pass in Douala. They boo him. There are plenty of people in Douala. They can admit the president will boo. They kept the people standing. They've been doing for 45 to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Waiting this, sleepy old man to come and pass, and then he came and passing the pole.
On that bombing road. That bombing road.
Yeah. So that booing, boo, boo. I mean, loud boo. Right? So yes, and these things, Mr. President, you have to take cognizance of these things, right? They continue to grow, and the sentiment against these kinds of authoritarian style of governance is growing among the people. I don't know why you're listening to Sam Gay, that's dangerously advising you, but this is it. So they went there yesterday, and I'm told with no credit or acknowledgement. And that is the most sickening and childish aspect of this unity party government. This is so downright irresponsible and condemnable. You can't run a country like that. Absolutely not. And this man is supposed to be an ambassador. Right? They call him what? Ambassador Boakai, right? Ambassador Joseph Nimba Boakai.
Ambassador Joseph.
How are
Ambassador
you
Deacon Boakai.
how are you supposed to be an ambassador and then you are so very petty, at this level, officialdom, then you are taking pettiness into officialdom. This is childish. Absolutely. So the thing is, look, basically, what you will refuse to do is what Liberians will always remind you of, Mr. President. And this is the reason why the government of Liberia is ashamed to go ahead and dedicate the runabout at ELW Junction. Because they have a pettiness in them that they do not want to acknowledge, right? The project initiators. So, versus the citizens and bystanders who will be there, sounding on the cameras that it is a weird project. So let's say I said let's leave that thing, we're not dedicated. This is the first state of the art runabout, right? In the country. And the government think that is not something to dedicate. But they have gone Bapolo to dedicate Fawcett. Imagine. They've gone Bapolo to dedicate Fawcett. They went Bonkande to dedicate another Fawcett. But yet still, they cannot dedicate the runabout.
Went to the boulevard to dedicate a police boot.
Yeah, they cannot dedicate the runabout, $1 million worth of project. They cannot dedicate that because they are ashamed. And the same shame is making it now, right? They will not be able to dedicate the route fee because when you do it, the camera people will go there. When they put there, when the children go in live, they're doing the interview. So the citizen will be there. Oh, that we have project, we want the president will bring your own project that I can hear the people. So yesterday, that was exactly what happened. We want to commend former President George Weah, his vision, his foresight for Liberia, and of course, the push his government made, and to always ensure that Liberia infrastructure and where a future were guaranteed and secured, and the overall transformation of the country remains sine qua non to the agenda that he pursued while as president. Remember, his first public works minister was always on the radio and saying that, look, the president mandate is that we engage, right, the both horizontal and vertical infrastructure of the country. That means they'll be building like hospitals and things into it, and then they're on the roads, right? So they were both horizontal and vertical. They weren't standing straight, they weren't laying, they're going for everything and then. So these things are coming out now. The question is, Mr. President, we all know that the processes of implementing some of these bilateral, grant and things secure through bilateral engagement takes time, takes processes. Right, it is not something like you go buy in the store, they bring it, they deliver it. So most of the thing you're passing around to go cut ribbon or break ground for, that's also a weird project, Mr. President. We won't see your part of project from Wonsonga. Huh?
So the thing is, the government have to stop being deceptive. For too long, you've done this. Liberians have come up, done their own investigation, and identified that what you've done were just political showmanship. This country is in serious need of serious-minded people, and for the government to continue to play politics with issues of concern, with things that are happening. I listened yesterday to the public works minister, and Ginnings, I don't know why you continue to be as you are. One time we will come up and appreciate you because of your boldness and trying to be sincere. But I don't know whether since that appearance where you made mention of several key development projects that started under the previous administration, I don't know whether you got latches from within for which you decided to play politics. It was sickening, disgraceful, an act of division when you stood and tried to recognize a project that started in 2016, according to you, when the feasibility study was done and it was completed, but you failed to acknowledge the government that signed the contract, $41 million contract signed in I think 2021 or 2022.
That 2021, that feasibility study, what you talk about? That feasibility study,
So
that won't fit.
So Abu, let's give him it as it is.
No, but
so even in the case that Liberian people will agree that, oh yes, feasibility studies were done in 2016 as claimed by the public works minister. If you could acknowledge the government that did the feasibility studies, you could acknowledge the government, but the person who signed the contract for the $1 million contract to kickstart this project, you could not acknowledge the person, then it still proves that you people are being deceptive, and you still see this country being divided on two lines, and you're continuing to push the division. You see how disgraceful it is for you as a public works minister, allowing yourself to be a sycophant. You see how disgraceful when people see in public and get regard for, and then you give them national leadership, and they start to portray themselves contrary from your personal, your previous belief. How difficult was it to recognize the previous administration acknowledge their effort to ensure that this contract was signed? If Liberians thought that development was the problem that the country needed, they wouldn't have gotten we are. Oh, and by now you would not even be what they're talking. I think you're talking, or you're not be what they're claiming that you starting project or you doing you implementing project. Did they Liberian people know that it started? They got newspaper publications that were done. I got pictures when the then minister Ruth Coker Collins signed that agreement. This is from a New Dawn newspaper publication. Liberia and China signed US $41 million agreement to construct overpass bridges. This was signed. All this publication was done in June of 2021, June 22nd, 2021.
That's when it got finalized.
Yes,
signed.
And you see the then Chinese ambassador and a former minister, Ruth Coker Collins, exchanging documents, exchanging MOUs here. This part of it could not be recognized, could not be referenced in Guinea's speech. Why you guys continue to disgrace yourself? People, y'all do they want the Liberian people slap you? You can still learn from it. How difficult it is to really try to unify this country. Forget about who is the president, who is the opposition, who is who in this country. Unify Liberians. Or you still think that when you not mention the previous administration of George Weah or the CDC, you not mention it mean that Liberian people don't know that this thing started under Weah? Gone are those days when no camera were around. People used to say that in that oral history that we used to be getting, but this time now we can speak to issues with evidence. The publication is passing all over now. Why you can bring publication of the feasibility study that you talk about that was done in 2016? Where is the publication? Newspaper outlets 2016 we're all around here. Front Page Africa, check all around. Please give us a publication or even you documents. Say you was at the ministry back then. Give us documents that prove to us that this feasibility study, this project, the feasibility study was done in 2016. You continue to disgrace yourself, belittle yourself, make yourself in a position, you put yourself in a position that Liberians will not take any of you serious. So because of the resources of the country, because you guys want to continue to steal, fool the Liberian people, because of your personal interest, your greediness, you feel like you can sell your integrity and everything. You are a man who should be respected. You are a man who Liberian people thought you are sound amongst those foolish people.
Oh,
the Guineans, man. But now you portray
Liberian
us
people talk, you
Liberian
know,
people thought.
huh?
Until when he ate the 22 million
No,
of
but
money
why
that
would
was
you do
given
that?
for you to
Yeah.
start your own project. They gave you 22 million of the Liberian people money for you to start your own project.
That's it, like,
Today,
people always know
bombing
this
at the
is going on.
president can always go see bombing roll. Go and see bombing roll. You are a public works minister, you able to sign for the $1 million contract. But nothing is being done on the bombing road. The chicken soup factory road right here like you started. What has become of it? How far we gone with that?
Okay.
A project that started on the broadcast administration. You can finish that one at $41 million. So it started, but you can recognize the person who signed the contract. Useless bunch of people.
So this is exactly what you get if you try to be childish, irresponsible. So like Hagar said, simply provide the documentation on feasibility study, and then we'll compare and contrast the actual documents on the signing, the initiation and signing of this overpass project to that your feasibility document and see whether they are even related, right? Because from 2016 all the way, nobody hear about, and overpass being here, right? That we are government came, two major projects they talk about, right, in the city was the Bali Island and the overpass that you all used to be campaigning and mocking, right? The Bali Island was being negotiated with the Indian to see how they could facilitate the construction of the bridge linking, and the battery factory in there to the island, and then with a proposal to construct a theater leg, right, in honor of Mahatma Gandhi, and all these things were being discussed. You disrupted, and too many things came in, the COVID and all of that slowed it down. But look, we're still confident that Mr. Weah have got this vision, and he will execute them for Liberia. You just sit down. You think everybody will be left, everybody will be failure in their life like Bwaka. No, to be measuring people by Bwaka standard, it is so damn right, and sickening. So the man you've looked up to, the standard he has, that does not mean that is the standard of everybody, right? It like you put the basket, the ball ring, and at 20 feet, but then because your man is 5 feet or 6 feet, then you say, oh, you bring it down. No, the rules does not require that. It is unfortunate that your man shot, but this is where it is placed. So the standard is above broadcast. So if you're judging everybody life accomplishment and commitment to what they say and the vision by the standard of broadcast, you're gonna be missing it. So everybody is not like him actually. So now the cash giveaway is on. Continue to play *255 *1# *255 *1# hash. Continue to play, and once we reach the threshold, we will certainly do the job. We have like 4 more plays to go. Right, we are actually intended to do it at 8:15, but sometimes, most of the time, we set this time, but then we don't get the threshold met. So 4 more. Let's see. Grab your phone. Just for $200, you can win 15, 25, or $50,000 on the show this morning. It's instant. Once we run the draw, and then your number is selected, you receive your payment right away. *255 *1# *255 *1# for those of you the smartphone users. So now that is that with the overpass thing. What happened in Ganta yesterday was a scene that we all can pass by. It's indicative of the wave of tension that's growing, and this disenchantment, and of course, one will say, for the most part, the loss of trust and confidence in law enforcement. Because from what I've gathered, this was a situation of a motorcycle criminal gone there and stole motorcycle, and in the process killed a cyclist. When a cyclist got killed, citizens and the commissioner, the township commissioner, and everybody say duo somewhere around the twin track area there, right? Say managed to arrest the guy and turn him over to the town chief. The town chief kept this perpetrator for like 2 days and finally turned him over to the Liberia National Police. So for whatever reason, the Liberia National Police had decided, because the police station is right on the road in Ganta, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they felt probably that place is not secure to hold that man there with the tension that the cyclists, had. So the police decided to use the back road connecting to Spain, right? Passing to carry the man to Bon Country. So the cyclists got to know that. They got furious and decided to chase after the police officers to say they should bring the man back. So in that process, according to sources, the police opened fire. But the police have argued that they fired to disperse the crowd. They did not fire at anybody, but they exactly went on the rampage that the police has fired, and then they started retaliating. But the police succeeded in carrying the man. So when they came back, also, the family of the deceased cyclist had decided to bury the guy who was killed. So the cyclist said, no, by burying this man, you are destroying evidence. So we will not allow you to bury this man. That's how they went and dug the grave, pulled the body out, and brought the body and placed the body in the center of the street in front of the police station in Ganta. They put the body there, and then the place became crowded, noisy, and everything. That they wanted justice and blah blah blah. They were insisting that the police should bring the guy back. They want to kill the man. The police said, no, we can't do that. They should bring the man back. They won't kill the man. So the police insisted that they could not do that. So the guys were there. At some point, the police decided now that they needed space. So they started shoving the man, the way they can do that thing. So there where the whole thing went haywire. When they shoved the man too started retaliating, throwing stones, and then the police, because the argument was, whenever something happened to cyclists, the police don't do anything. Whenever something happened to cyclists, the police don't do anything. Police always, taking side with the other people. So the police started firing tear gas. Then the whole thing became chaotic. From around about 3 o'clock, yesterday afternoon up to 10 o'clock, the tension was all there. They're chasing after each other, chunking stones. But this morning, I'm told the situation has subsided a bit, but there are plenty lessons to gather and learn from it. So you have the police, you have the citizens, the anger rate is increasing. The police have to manage how they go about doing some things in the community, and there has to be a very strong citizen and community community policing, and things initiated where the people will see the police as their friend and no longer seeing them as rivalry or rivals that they have to be engaged in rivalry all of the time. So because the way things are going, very angry, sometimes some of the actions will just spill over before people get to understand the real intricacies is late, and then something starts to happen.
So I said this the last time here on the radio when the government decided to take some political actions against those disadvantaged youths who were across Montserrat County. If you notice now what is happening, young people are leaving from the city, Monrovia, and going into those various counties and attacking motorcyclists and taking away their motorbikes. Another recent case happened in Grand Bassa County, For that, I'm told 2 young people have been arrested as a result of that. So they are currently here or back in Buchanan. So all of these things, sometimes this is what happened when a government decides to take a political action other than administrative action. When you try to take administrative action, you sometimes set a catalog, the targeted audience. You look at the targeted audience. What could be the benefit? What could be the effect of your decision? How would the public accept this? How would they receive it? How would they choose to live with this? The government decided to take young people from the streets, motorbike riders, took them from the streets, left them with no alternative. Some of these individuals are people who used to go and collect people motorbikes, go and run traffic, may report, then the battle when they are able to sustain themselves. But the government took away their motorbikes, so as a result, they are left with nothing else. Or the government restricted their movement, so as a result, they are not able to move into places where they are able to make money and get report money, get gasoline money, and even get something for themselves. So now they've resorted to going in leeward counties and attacking motorcyclists there, stealing their motorbikes, bringing it to town or carrying it somewhere else to sell it. So the government continue action even towards disadvantaged youth, towards Liberians, young people in our country. The action of the government under Gregory, especially the police under Gregory Cuomo, what is doing to Liberia is there is a national security threat. Look at what happened yesterday in Ganta. So imagine, God forbid, when we have some of these actions simultaneously in maybe 3 or 4 counties, what's the main power, the strength of the police to curtail these scenes? How many police officers we get in the country to curtail these things? We didn't get many police officers. So imagine the one that happened in Ganta yesterday, another one happened in Buchanan, another one happened in Banga, another one happened in Maigibi County, another one happened in Bomi. You already overwhelmed the police. So what the government is supposed to do, the government is not doing it. But instead, the government continue to go after people who were in government position working as civil servants. They continue to go after them, go after motorcyclists who could ride their motorbikes and make money, going after taxi drivers, going after keke riders. And these are self-employed areas. Where those individuals, they don't care about whether government pay, how you're looking for government salary. They care because they are paying themselves. But the government decide to restrict the country only to office job. You must be working in an office. You must be working in the government. That's the only way you work freely. As we speak, there are things happening. Even at the Ministry of Education, but that one we'll talk about it another day. Monies are being extorted from teachers under the pretense of insurance. All of these things are happening. Liberians are getting disenchanted every day. Liberians, like you said, are getting angry. So as a result, the anger level in the country, you wake up in the morning, you even tell somebody say money. The person will look at their time and when they're not satisfied with that money, they will make plow with you. That could lead, maybe you start causing insurance and start fighting. So the whole country now, the country is not safe.
The country is not safe. So that's it. Continue to play the cash giveaway. *255 *1#. *255 *1#. And so there are arrests in here. We got to talk about it. And I know a lot of you all ears. You got to keep. So drop your comment, share the live, and let it go. Let it go virus. So, but look, man, share the live, and of course, let this conversation reach as far as the office of the president, so that probably because the president is unaware about a lot of things, and so people will cover them up and steal it, and then subsequently he is just there, right? *255 *1# is the code. The more you play, the better your chances are to win. And we are almost there, doing the draw now, to pay out the first batch of winners in the 15,000 categories. And once we come back, we are definitely going to be doing for the 25,000 category of winners. So it's *255 *1# *255 *1# is the code, right, to play. And of course, once you win, instantly you receive your cash. So for 15 minutes, we want to talk to a school administrator who's coming to talk to us about condition, and of course encourage parents to consider registering their students, as the Ministry of Education recently announced the commencement of the reopening of schools on September 1, 2025. This is September 3. And of course, so school administrators are passing around begging parents now and say, oh, you can't register. It's not easy. But again, when you say it's not easy, other people say, oh, the law is easy. At the end of the day, we've not seen school open time. The administrators will be busy putting things together, but they still find it time to come and say, look, yes, we can understand what parents will beg you. This thing here, you're investing in the children's future. We know times are hard, things are tough, but let's do all we can in our weak way to go around. But let's hear the young man's story and what have you. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to your listeners in Radio Length. Thank you for the invitation.
Okay, so the people don't know you. Introduce yourself and tell us the school you're coming from, and of course the position and what have you.
So my name is Ibrahim Dole.
Okay.
I am the administrator. I'm the administrator of the Alhaji Solomani Sila Foundation School.
Mm-hmm.
The school is located in Silaya, Front Street, right opposite the Liberia Business Registry.
Okay.
So this is a very new school that we are opening this academic year, and the school operates at the primary level. So
it's a primary school.
Yeah, it's a primary school. I mean, our parents from the Islamic faith, though the school is open to all Liberians, but we try to solve the problem that have been within the Islamic community. I mean, you've not had this Islamic daycare in a while. I mean, if you look across the country,
But it's a daycare or an elementary school?
It's an elementary school, but we operate the daycare level as well.
Okay.
So it runs from nursery all the way to 6th grade. So, I mean, we try to do it in a way that we will focus not only on the secular side or the English education, but we're going to focus both on English and Arabic.
Okay.
So most of our parents who have been yearning for a space, a safe space to take their children where they will also have the opportunity to learn about the Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we already have that particular area, and we want to encourage them to bring the children so that they can have them enrolled at the school.
It is a good thing, but how have people been responding since when you began the school?
So we started the activities of the school in July towards August. I mean, in a very short period of time, because we're still putting some mechanism into place before reaching out to the public. Yes, 2025.
Oh, so this is going to be your first academic year?
This is going to be the first academic year for the school.
Okay.
Yes.
So how is the community responding to that new school and the new idea, the new vision of a daycare school for the community?
Well, the responses have not really been too favorable, such that I mean, since we started the public city, we've been going to the different mosques around. we've been reaching out to business people, the communities, but we've not had that, a welcoming, influx of parents coming to ask, oh, how is the school, the information sheet, though we're giving up information sheet, free of charge, because this is a new school and we want to encourage our parents to come.
But yes, people are not
yeah,
coming
we are
for
not
it.
seeing that, that influx of people. We're not seeing the people coming, so we thought to reach out to them again using the radio, since
Okay.
maybe we have not been able to reach out to a lot of people.
So
individually.
why have you established as the reason or the basis for why people are not coming? Is it because you're not using the radio to say it?
I can say, but I think maybe the message probably have not been going across rightfully, because sometimes in a very hurry mood, people receive the information sheet. They don't have the time to ask questions about, oh, what are some of the things you have in the school? Why do you think our children should come to the school? The different activities that you'll be having that will encourage them to come. So they don't have these informations. That's the reason for me. I believe that they've not, taking interest to come. But once we have the time to talk to them like this, and be able to make available the different, information we have, the different, activities we're going to be, operating on the campus, and the environment that we have also. I mean, maybe they will be encouraged to come.
Okay, so let's use 1 minute to talk about this.
So, okay, the first thing
1 or 2
is,
minutes.
yes, the first thing is, the school is going to operate at an international standard level. So we're going to blend both the national curriculum and that of international curriculum to be able to prepare the students for also not just, at the national level, to prepare them at the international level as well. So that after you've graduated from the school, you can be able to compete with other students even outside of Liberia, or you can be able to compete for, academic activities outside of Liberia. Number two, we're going to have a digital school management system where parents can be able to access the performance of their students from their home. I mean, you don't have to come on the campus every time when you want to know your child performance. So you can stay right at your home and be able to access the performance of your child or your children. Number two, I mean, like I said, also we're going to have both the national and international curriculum combined, so that we can be able to provide quality education for our students. Number three, we also have this digital program where the students will be learning computer from first grade all the way to sixth grade. I mean, that has not been, seen across. I graduated from high school. I did not have computer knowledge, but we want to ensure that, because the world is moving a digital, direction. So we want to ensure that the children will be learning computer, or will start learning computer from first grade all the way to sixth grade. So as soon as you are graduating from sixth grade, you already have some basic fundamentals, in terms of operating the computer.
Okay, your school offers that.
Of course, yes. So everything is inclusive within the school fee. I mean, you're not going to pay extra.
So
for
how much
that.
does it require a parent, at different grade levels?
All right. So what we have here is, I mean, we just try to bundle everything and say, okay, yes, from kindergarten all the way to sixth grade, I'm going to charge across the board 400 at United States dollars.
So somebody in sixth grade,
yes,
pay 400.
Yes.
Another person in kindergarten
will pay the same 400. Yes.
Is that fair?
In fact, the people in the kindergarten level are supposed to pay more than the people up there. Why? Because I mean, there are so many different, facilities that we're going to have down there.
Yeah, but you got to explain those facilities, justify why sixth grade student is paying kindergarten kid is paying as equal to sixth grade pupil.
Yes, of course. So, I mean, everything is being spelled out within, the information sheet. So I just forgot that yesterday when I was leaving the office, I did not take with me a copy of the information sheet, so I couldn't go on the campus this morning to get the information sheet to come. Yes, but we have everything spelled out within the information sheet. All of the different things you're paying for, the uniforms you're paying for, it's not everything is inclusive within this particular fees. And the children uniform is quite different from the uniform that the first grade all the way to sixth grade will be using. right? And we're going to ensure that we provide all the materials for them. Your child is not going to come to school from kindergarten or from nursery all the way to K1 to K2 rather with books. We have all of these things there already. So they're going to come, they will have all of the material that
the
they need.
uniform, everything in the 400.
Of course, yes.
So once you pay the 400,
you're going to have
uniform,
yes,
but the parents
uniform.
is known for the shoes.
Of course, yeah. So the parents are responsible for the school. Yeah, the shoe you have to buy your child, your children's
but the school will provide the uniform
the
and the
uniform.
book bag.
Right? No, you don't have to come with book bag. Like I said,
Oh, okay. So the materials.
Yeah, the materials.
Is it for all the grades or only
no,
the
no,
kindergarten?
For the kindergarten level.
Okay.
Yes. So only the kindergarten level.
Feeding as well.
Oh no, we've not reached that level yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So these are all things that we have in plan. But it's a whole like 5 years plan that we're going to,
So
in
the
the future.
children will be bringing their lunch kit.
Of course, yes.
And you can guarantee that nobody will eat the children food.
Certainly, we have space there where each student will have their own box. Right. So when you come, like a cover, when you come, you put all your materials in your cover. We'll make sure that the teachers will guide you and make sure that all of the children's materials are in their own cover, so that they are well secured. So when the lunch time reaches, individual students go and get their boxes and go to the cafeteria and have lunch.
There are people listening to you that may take interest in the Soleimani Silla Academy. How do they get to you?
So the school again is located Silaya Front Street, up front and Nelson Street, right opposite the Liberia Business Registry. But we have contact numbers that you can call, and I would like to read them in terms of reaching out to the school, just in case probably you don't know where Nelson and Front Street is. So we can be able to read that these numbers on the show so that you can be able to reach out to us. So the numbers are 0777 460 332. I read that again. 0777 460 332. For Lone Star subscriber, you can call 0888 11 11 31 91 11 91 31. Sorry.
Read that again.
Yeah,
so the Lone Star.
Yes, the Lone Star is 0888 11 91 31. 11 91 31 for the Lone Star.
Okay. So that's it. So those are the contact details for those out there listening. And the school is open to all faith. The emphasis is only placed on the Islamic community because of the need that the administrators have seen there. But it's open. It's a secular learning environment, and of course, particularly for the young children, right?
Yes.
And that's why they're focusing on the primary education, building the foundation, and so you can take advantage. You never try, you never know, right? We'll find time to come there and see how it all looks like.
Certainly. So, Abu, the next thing is, the $400 in caution is not being paid at once.
Okay.
Right? Yes. So we have 4 installments that you can pay the $400. So we're not going to body very good. Yeah. So you're going to pay in 4 installments, and so that it will not be too burdensome on you. That you'll not be able to pay at once. Yes.
So I know you say people are not really coming like that, but do you have a number to how many persons you have so far that have come?
Oh, for now, except I reach the registrar of the business manager office, but I think we've gotten up to like 15 students for now.
15?
Yes,
but
yes.
School has already opened.
Yeah, but then we still get some mechanism to put in place before we can open school.
So I'm talking the government says school open already.
Yes,
that's what the government
says.
But yes. you have now you have 15 students, so across the different classes, I don't know, that one person in a class.
So again, for that, we are not depending on the enrollment of students for the operation of the school.
I agree, but
right?
Again,
yes. So
you
the thing
don't
is,
open the school like that.
We don't have students.
Yeah,
I agree to that. But we're going to start no matter what, right? Okay. So we are officially opening on the 22nd.
So what number would be a good number for you as the administrator?
Yeah, so as administrator, I mean,
to begin with,
to
what number
begin
would
with,
be
if we can have like 50 students, I mean, we don't have problem with that.
to begin with?
Yes.
So you have 15 now. How much
Yeah.
to go?
I mean, we got like 35 to go, but
I wish you all the best.
thank you so much.
All right, my
I know
brother.
it's challenging, but we're going to make it. I know no matter, once you start in something, you have some challenges.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
along the way, I know we're going to get past it because the activities we're going to have there. I mean, students will obviously be rejecting students by next academic year.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, daughter, it was good. And so that's it. Keep your phones open, right? I'm sure the people will get to you and all of that. So it is the Alhaji Suleimani Sila Academy, and of course, it's up there on Front and Nelson Streets intersection opposite the Labor Business Registry. And of course, get there and register your child for quality and state of the art preparatory education. And they're providing it particularly for the elementary levels. So thank you. And once the need is, we'll let you know, and then you come on. So folks, that's it. And so we move to I don't know whether the other guys is here now, so then we can move. But while we are waiting, he has gone to check up. So *255 *1# *255 *1# is the code. *255 *1# is the code. And once you enter the code, you qualify. Once you enter the code, you qualify. Trust me, we will definitely pay you right here, nothing less than 15 or 25. Okay, nothing less than 15 or 25 on the show this morning, right? Okay, so this is it. *255 *1#. Let's take this break with Crime Stopper Liberia. When we come back, we go straight into our conversation here on the Breakfast Show. This break, we will be right back.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. But they can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sign.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us.
Oh, yes, indeed. Crime Stopper Liberia. Folks, welcome. And now we are beginning the real conversation. We finished all the other ones. But look, and I like the trend, right? Remember the National Transit Authority and the Baga government flooded our social media feeds with this whole thing, and Baga now solved the transportation problem, NTA buses coming, right? I remember The same way they lied to us about the Ayalolo buses.
Come and share on the internet.
They said May, August, they were going to bring in the first batch of 64, right?
No, 35 out of 60 buses.
60 buses, but they were going to bring the first batch, 34.
35.
35, yeah. Right? They were going to bring the first 35 in May, August. May, August, King, we say that waste more, maybe.
So that May, September now going to.
So, August finish. Today is August what? 3.
August 3. September 3.
September, sorry. Right? So now the question is, why is this government fond of lying? Why is this government fond of lying? That the same way they were in that channel they say, oh, big news coming, big news coming. We go look at no news. So like see thing they're doing with the rest. Yesterday again they jump on the rest and say, oh, rapper that kind of. How do you reduce the price of rice and stakeholders? And not many stakeholders
taking into consideration of 14,400 bags of rice that were donated. I would the rice. I got the pictures of the Chinese rice. So what they're doing, they're really bagging the rice and giving it to K and funny to be able to sell.
So liar can say my witness across the table. Thank God you finish getting the whole concept of what the government is trying to do, and this thing is going to backfire. So look. Our job is to highlight and alert you on the sinister, calculative, trickery the president and the government is trying to just. So basically, what the government try to do every time, whenever there's tension, they come with la and say, oh, they want to happen, then everybody gets swayed, and swayed by that and all of that. So, but it's not working. It's not helping. It is a dangerous thing to be known as a government for lying. It is a dangerous thing to be known for lying. And we just ask you about it. So you all that are celebrating, they painted the people boss. They quit to go pin people boss and put on Facebook. They went Ghana, they put I a little boss, they painted it. Poof. Mandela cover put it on Facebook. They stole 3 pieces, they brought it. They both wrote big letter. So you bring our bosses back. That was so disgraceful. Very disgraceful. Right? Embarrassing. You go in a poor country. You go see the poor bosses packing, then you go, somebody go tell you, oh, say you go pin it or NTA and put NTA on. They quit to pin people bosses. This rescue rogues. Rescue criminals. Go Ghana, you go pin the poor bosses, you say you come and bring in NTA. You stole 3, start bringing it small. When they drive it small, they reach to the middle of Ghana and Africa. They break down, then they face it, then they get inside again, they bring it small. They enter Abidjan, they face it again. Then they join inside. When they reach Yamoussoukro, they break down, they face it. So that how they bought those 3 pieces of bosses, break down face. They leave, put them start until someone away when they reach to the border now and say, oh, that Labra will go in. So before, let's face it, Google and pour everything. So they did that. So, they manage. One, they put it. So everybody was passing in Labra, say, oh, NDA. Scam government. So they brought the thing in and carried it straight to the president. The president is so very serious to a point where anything he can move on over and be working swagger to come see. He was swagger, he reached the window and he put it. He said, I see my dealer too. That thing you want for me to go to. He said, yeah, I beg you. So Sylvester, you'll go there. You'll go look at it. I'll be sure. The only thing that saved him, because by now we're going to come down a picture with the Ayalolo Bosse. We send it all over international media carry.
I hope these bosses.
Like what president stole Ayalolo bosses.
I hope not the Ghanaian bosses are the same, but
I know they say they want. I know what they're getting it from. In fact, they didn't tell where. I hope they. So they now go somewhere again. They go see people bosses park. They paint it. Find they put NTA near on it, or maybe the AR something said they didn't. Nobody know. When they posted in May, August, Labrador government.
So May, August is around the 15th, the 16th of August.
May, August.
So the 15th of this month is going to be making it 1 month after May, August.
So Baka will solve the transportation problem. Librarians can rest. You can remember that time. Baka will rescue this country. They posted that picture all over. Baka will rescue this country. Buses coming. May, August now pass. August.
We're going to May, September.
August finish.
But before October, November, we can get our buses. We'll protest. You'll bring our buses. It means you're not redirect our buses' money to something else. Then your man from the MTA they release a statement, and the cost of those buses will be overshadowed by the how they call it, the MTA. You all be talking the kind of thing when
That's
you
the
know.
NTA get money.
You know what it means?
Mhm.
60 pieces of buses. You know how many that each of that bus costs? The 60. You know how much it will cost to get it in this country? Y'all be serious. Y'all stop playing baby play with our country. Did I get a man job to man? Let the man stop acting the ball. When the ball had the man job, he acted like man. How can all men like Buakai?
So what you do? You got go on the executive mansion page and read. Basically, we want to read a few things to set the basis for our rights conversation, right? But we just need to do that Ayalolo and other things just for you to have in your mind that remember you are dealing with liars. The government has there is leaking the records is so many, the lying record plenty. So we just need to tell you while you're dancing around for rest, remember you once danced for yellow machine, it did not come. Remember you once danced for Ayalolo Bosse, it did not come. You won't dance for 3 billion in China, it did not come. Plenty things you not dance for, right? You once recently danced for big news coming. Big new tend to what? The president will be cutting a trip short in Japan and all of that. So always remember, the caliber of people you're dealing with liars. So the rest, I think the president released. Let's read the president comments.
Okay, so Republic of Liberia, Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, Office of the Presidential Press Secretary, Department of Public Affairs, Executive Mansion, Capitol Hill. Office of the Press Secretary, MOX/OPPX, blah, 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 for immediate release. President Buakai announces price reductions for flour and rice, others strict enforcement. September 2, 2025. Executive Mansion, Monrovia. President Joseph Newman Buakai Sr. has announced significant reduction in the prices of flour and rice following report and recommendation from the Presidential Ad Hoc Committee on the Contradictions, chaired by Vice President Jeremiah Makun. I'm hiding how.
Just hold it right there, right? The committee just recently, I think it was on Monday. I played a recording where the committee chair was complaining and informing you that, remember, the president officially gave me the job here on the 15th of August. Indicative of the fact that time was not in his favor, right? To have, deliver just as all of us are anticipating. So we have to understand that if you're calculating from July 26, no, from August 15. However, the very committee has not concluded, neither have they submitted a report that we are aware of, conclusive report on the study, but midway, the president is telling us that the committee say, right, without finally concluding the study. I mean, just try to understand. Say, go do the thing, go do the assessment. You're still engaged with stakeholders. You're still talking back and forth, studying the conditions, and then made somebody jump in a knee-jerk fashion and say, the committee say, we must do the one. Jeremiah Kun, they're throwing you under the bus small. But you let power, I see your men passing around say everything. Oh, Kun, the silent go-getter. Okay, we'll know. Read it.
President Buakai disclosed that wholesale price of flour, which previously stood at UX $39 per 100 lb bag, has now been reduced to US $35 per 100 lb bag. Likewise, the price of rice, which was at US 16.75 per 25 kg bag, has been reduced to US $14 per 25 kg bag. These reductions.
So these were wholesale prices.
Yeah. Okay. These reductions represent my government's commitment to ensuring that the ordinary Liberian family has access to affordable food, President Bwakai said. At the same time, we are working with producers and importers to maintain fair and sustainable trade practices that safeguard continuous supply, he says. The president has further instructed the Ministry of Commerce, inspectorates, and all relevant stakeholders to ensure strict enforcement of the new prices across the country. He cautioned that any individual or business found creating arbitrary price increases will face the full weight of the law. The Liberian leader noted that while the new prices take effective immediately, the committee will continue consultations with stakeholders to review cost drivers and explore additional opportunities for further reductions. President Bwakai expressed that stabilizing prices, strengthening food security, and easing the burden on Liberian households remains top priority of his administration. This is sign Kula Bonayen Fofana.
Okay, so Liberians, taking note of the statement, and you will identify inconsistencies and contradictions in terms of order, procedures, and of course, administrative prudence. Now, the president spoke about a decision that he has taken with immediate effect and referenced that it is born out of an advisory from the committee, the presidential committee headed by the vice president. But mind you, at the same time, the vice president's committee is still in the process of engaging stakeholders, establishing cost driver. That means what are the factors that drive the cost of these commodities? They're still establishing those ones, but yet still at the same time, the president have reduced the price. So now, when you do not have a full grasp of what are the factors that causes the price to go up or down, to be able to, approach or kind of institute a mitigating solution to solving that cost driver, whatever it is, whether that transportation from wherever they are, right? Whether that the global issue, blah, blah, blah. But the conclusive action the president has taken, contradict any economic principle. I'm not a student of economic, but I'm not sure this is a manifestation of economic prudence. I'm not even sure if Gafon know that this thing happened or how it happened. I'm not sure if there can be any economic explanation of how out of the blue the president is pronouncing the reduction in the price of rice. We need to understand, because life is science, economics, and all these things, right? So it can't just happen like that. So now the president has done it, because he is a man literally sitting and people just bring document he signed and then they pull it out. However, so now the point becomes, if the way the president has done it just like that means that is what that needs to be done to bring rice price down, then it means this is incriminating of the very government and the political elite. What do I say that? That means they have this singular means of impacting and reducing the hardship and, of course, the price on consumables, but they sit there and selfishly allow the people to suffer. Some people die because they could not get food due to high costs, and the president could not issue this statement long since to reduce the price of rice. This is so disheartening and, of course, evil. If this was the solution, where the president would just issue statement and cooler sign and then rice price come down, If that's the model to reducing rice price and the prices of commodity, how difficult was that for the president to have done since January 22nd when he assumed the office and fainted and wake up again, gain some water and everything? Then the president sat down there for almost 2 years. Librarians have been crying, "Oh, Mr. President, the country hard, West Benin hard, the president very hard, blah, blah, blah." So that means they're not true. What the president did, don't fall for it. Listen to a piece from a Boakai fanatics, Patrick Umbayo, a Unity Party guy. Says, stop feeding off the people. Free the economy from cartels and political allies. See this government here, when they jump to they won't steal money from everywhere. This thing will backfire and will backfire terribly. Right? And the monopoly over rice and flour. Cost cost drivers. Cost driver. You can be shielding the cartel, refusing to take practical actions, dealing with the root cause, and you jump, you say you pronounce rice price. Librarians, we went to school, man. We're educated people. Look, we're not going to sit here and a group of deceptive national or state parasites think they can just use all of us anyhow. No. The executive mansion's pronouncement or announcement that President Bouaka has reduced the price of rice and flour is not evidence of sound economic leadership. It is proof that hardship in Liberia is orchestrated by the political elite, with the suffering of ordinary citizens treated as a bargaining. When people, this is exactly what the president's pronouncement indicates. Like he can wake up anytime he bargain. When the post suffer, he decide, okay, you're bringing red right now. Then you're carry back up. Right? Is that how you run a country? You just use statement, is it you're bringing red press now? Then you're carry back up. So you're making fun of the people. This alone can make the people to rise up. So, Mr. President, you had a solution and you sat on it. You refused to do it. You refused to just write a statement and pull it off or pull the rest price down. Whoever advising the president, I don't know how they're advising him. Right? No president should fix the prices of goods and services. Mind you, but in this instant case, the president sitting in the executive mansion, read a press and send it out and say that the press arrest, and you're out there, you're celebrating. So how y'all go to school now? How y'all on a school been looking? Where in the world you see president yesterday? So what the Ministry of Commerce, the economic management team, how did they derive at where we are? This is dangerous. When the market start to fall back, you all will know what's up. Right? It doesn't work like that. Price and determine. So in the free market as we are operating, no president should fix the prices of goods and services. Prices are determined by competition, efficiency, and fair trade. It's market forces that determine prices in any free economic system. Market forces, not president office that work on and say press come down and go down. So you're celebrating in vain, right? So let me stop here and compare to when the CDC needed to intervene in the prices. When we became president, one of the first meetings he held was with rice importer. Hey, guy, you remember, right?
Yeah.
Called them in, they sat down around the table, they discussed the root causes and all of that, right? They came out to a conclusion where the president said, okay, I am particular about reducing the price of rice. So my government will provide a subsidy to cover some of your overhead costs. Then we will tell you, we'll agree that you sell at this price. Sound economics. Right? Sound economics. So, unlike what Bouaka is doing, nothing of such. Nowhere, we don't know how, and everything in government, there must be full disclosure. The president has confirmed that many Liberians already know our economy is not free. It is controlled by a small cycle of political and business elites by this action of what the president said. So once the small cycle of elite decide So that means they are the one holding the economy. Like Koga say, leave Nimba neck. So leave our economy neck. Baga leave the Liberian economy neck. If the president was serious about protecting household, he who dismantle monopolies and duopolies in the rice and flour market, he who direct the Ministry of Commerce and other regulatory agencies to open the economy, encourage competition, and break the cartel-like practice that suffocate trade. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to hold that one there, right? Furthermore, very recently, the pro temp of the Liberian Senate, Yomli Kanga Lauren, and a supporter of Bwakai. Let me tell you how people are smartly disagreeing with this thing that you're flying around with. You don't sit on the president be using people anyhow. Continue to play your cash giveaway. Star 255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 1 hash hash. We are the eye openers. We the one open the Liberian people are we. That's our job. This government will never succeed in lying and fooling our people. We will be here. We'll go for you. We'll expose you. Star 255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 1 hash. And of course, we will do the next draw, $25,000 up for grab. Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence criticizes government over adjustment in the rice price, demands audit. We're getting somewhere. Front Page Africa reported this some days ago. Grand Bassa County Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence has strongly condemned recent statement issued by the Liberian government adjusting the price of rice. According to the statement issued by the Ministry of Commerce, the wholesale price of 25 kg rice has been pushed from $13.50 to $17, the wholesale price, while the retail price has been increased from $14 to $17.50. Everything is just tango and upside down, no understanding, no clarity, and everything is just there. Ministry of Commerce issued this. The president comes and issue another thing and say, bring everything down to $14. They may not do business. They might not do no successful business. You know how business people can operate, nothing. Just don't say, bring the president. You know how he broke LPMC down? They didn't even that. Yeah, they say, yeah, bring the cocoa.
But the thing is, Abu, this man, like you said, got no business knowledge. And that's why suffering Liberians. Because this action about that the political action that they just passing around, the president reduced West price. What it is going to do is going to cause dissatisfaction amongst importers. Because you cannot subject the importers to a price that is not favorable to them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a business that the government is doing. And the president cannot subject or the government cannot subject importers. Imagine you go out and buy the rice, transport it to the country, pay duty fees and all of that, and then they are subjecting you to sell it at the price where you stand a chance to benefit absolutely nothing. What could be the profit? Those individuals could be disenchanted, and they could choose not to import rice, which could cause the unavailability of the country's staple food on the market. This thing about rice is a political commodity, but it requires administrative action and professional action to save the country from a political action. Now, you cannot sit here and just announce today that you're reducing the price of rice on the market without telling us any intervention that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
There are 14,400 bags of rice that was given by China that you are re-bagging and selling and giving to K&K and giving to those rice importers here in the country. That 14,000 bag of rice cannot be used by nearly 5 million plus individuals. Are you taking into consideration that once that 14,400 bag of rice finish from the market, Liberians will go back to square zero? Why you continue to behave unprofessional and so childish? This is a government that you are running. This is not your Bwaka from a Bwaka farm that you're running that you can choose what thing to do at any time. This thing about rice and flour or whatever, this thing needed to be discussed with the importers. The last time I can remember, the last time Bwaka had the opportunity to meet importers, he left from there angrily. Oh yeah, when he talk about, we heard about that what he said, he was meeting with the importers of rice. The president left from there angrily because the people decided let's say the people presented the accounts. What they would have taken
their conditions.
Why it would have taken for the price of rice to be reduced. The president said he could not meet up with that, and he left from there in an angry tone and angry mood. That's how rice price have been since the government left. So the balance rice they have been distributing free. The small one I left there, then the 14,000 bag already put bro and add to it. You feel you can sell the country for 4 years. You stop taking political action before you cause damage to the country. You're making to get angry one day. Maybe they want to express their anger. It could lead to something else in our country.
Very well. So yes, the thing, and right about this time we're going to slide into the Chinese rice thing, because first of all, if the government made a decision to sell that rice, they needed to inform the Liberian people about it, because it was a gift. It was given to Liberia free, and the documents here clearly indicate, right, to the people, the government and people of Liberia. So if the government decide or made a decision to sell the rice, it needed to be made public. So we needed to understand that the government has decided. The rest what the Chinese people give us, they decide to sell it. So we have the bill of landing, right? We have the bill of landing documentations here, right? Here it says bill of landing for ocean transport or multimodal transportation, right? And of course, it has here consignee, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia, address Capitol Hill, Tottenham Boulevard, Yikpi Town, Monrovia, Monserrado County, Liberia. Contact person, Ibrahim Abakari Yen is the deputy minister, right? The tail number is there. And of course, his email is also here. So if your mail vest will read his number, Liberian people, you will call him and ask for our Chinese rice. This thing here, right? We will give Ibrahim Yen number, and you will call the minister and ask him for the Chinese rice that the people gave us. Give our Chinese rice. That's what we are asking. So vessel, say okay, this one here. There's a port of loading, Shanghai, China. So these containers were loaded in Shanghai, China, and port of discharge, Monrovia, Republic of Liberia, right? So this is it. And then we go down further. It says Chinese rice, gross weight, 721,872 kilograms. Net weight is 720,000 kgs. Then please see attachment. That is the breakdown, the specifics of the rice, the bag, the rice contained in the container. You have different ones. So let's come down further. You already know this. So number of what sequence or origin, you have the date issued 2025-08 August, right? 05, the 5th. And then you have the declared value shipped on board, date, local time 2025-08 August 1, right? September, right? 1. So you have transportation document, blah blah blah. Free prepaid. The merchant warrant and represent that this shipment and or goods will comply at all times with the European Union, United States, and United Nations sanctions and or export control laws, and that this shipment and or goods do not involve, whether directly or indirectly, any entity or person identified or owned or controlled by any such entity or person identified on the U.S. Treasury Department Office of Foreign Affairs Asset Control (OFAC) list of specially designated nationals or and block persons or any other. So this point is to indicate that arrests that coming is satisfied. It is not any kind of anybody on U.S. sanction or OFAC sanction. The people are coming to their claim, blah blah blah, so that it's not coming for any kind of terrorist sponsoring thing, blah blah. So that is the statement to indicate that. Let's go further. Let's go further and bring this one here. This one here is the is a certificate of origin. It's a certificate of origin of the Republic of the People Republic of China. That is here, and you have the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade. The stamp is here. Okay, and so that is the certificate of origin. You have to get all of that. Then the next documentation is the entry, exit, inspection, and quarantine of the People's Republic of China. They too also have their certificates here indicating all of the basic. Is the health certificate. Okay, this one says you have name and address of consignee, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Republic of Liberia. Then you have description of goods, Chinese rice, state or type of process. You have the mark, you have the China A stamp, everything on this document. Then we go further to bring you what else is the quality weight quality certificate. The quality weight certificate. So there is no way the government of Liberia can argue about this, right? It's right there. They have all of these documents. They have all of these documents, right? Then you have the phytosanitary certificate. These are all of the basics that you have to satisfy to get what you have to get and all of that. So this other one is the attachment, Kofco Corporation at that's the Kofco Fortune Plaza NO, the supplier, right? So entry, exit, inspection, and then you come down the invoice. This is the invoice of the Chinese rice. They for 14,400 bags of Chinese rice that the government of Liberia, okay, Hager has just displayed the photos on the screen. It's right here. 14,400 bag of rice. The government have not said anything about this.
They are re-bagging,
and we are hearing that this is the very rice that they have given to distributors, all right, to rebag and sell at the rate of the $14 that the president pronounced. But how far can this go, in fact? So let's see what the invoice has. It says Kofco Corporation invoice number 256866996, date 2025, the 7th month 2023, the 23rd of the 7th month. Consignee, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Republic of Liberia. Address, Capitol Hill, blah 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 blah, from Shanghai, China to Monrovia, Liberia. Bill number is here. The mark, China 8, Chinese rice, 50 kilograms. So each of the bag is 50 kg, not 25 kg. So is what they will share. So if they're sharing that, so you times 14,400 by 2, they will rebag it in the 25 kg bags.
It'll be around 28,800 bags of.
Okay, so that's where we are. The government will not do anything to food the Liberian people. Description: Chinese rice, net weight 720 metric ton. Unit price USD USD $1,190.48 per metric ton. CRF Monrovia, Liberia. So that's the unit price for metric ton, and it's 720 metric tons. So you do the math. Then the amount is US $857,148.86. That's the cost of the rice, the value in US. We're reading from the invoice. Say total CRF Monrovia, Liberia in US, it's $857,142.86. That is it. So where is the Chinese rice? Packaging and weight list. Packaging and weight list. This is the packaging and weight list. Mark China 8 Chinese 50 kg rice. Description: Chinese rice quality, quantity 14,400 bags, and of course net weight 720 metric ton. Gross weight 721.876 metric ton. Net weight blah blah blah. So this is it. Cargo transportation insurance, we also have that here, and you have the goods receiving notice for the emergency food aid project to Liberia. One, it's a custom clearance, pick up and transfer of goods should be handled as soon as possible upon the arrival of the goods, so as not to affect the subsequent shipment and transportation. Right? So this is the first phase. Like we're getting somewhere. So China is prepared to supply us free rice, so that the first phase is sent. So in the goods receiving notice, they indicate in point 1 that the government must be there prepared to clear the first consignment, so that it will pave the way for the second consignment. Right? So this is where Baka is hinging on. You just jump from the blue, put the red bread down. Our free reso that he come and said to us, he say, oh, and I bring red bread down. What kind of criminality and BMSP is that? The insurance liability
and the money that will be generated from all that, the country will not know about where it goes.
No, right? Say the insurance liability shall be valid from the beginning of the delivery of the goods to the arrival of the goods at the warehouse, at the destination, or at the port designated by the consignees. If the goods have all been discharged from the ship at the final port of discharge in Monrovia for 94 days, 90 full days, the said insurance liability will also terminate no matter whether they arrive at the warehouse designated by the consignee. 3. Customer clearance and pickup should be handled quickly upon the arrival of the grain at the port of destination in Monrovia, and such goods should be discharged into a clean, dry, and low temperature warehouse for storage. In the event that the goods shall or still cannot be delivered to the warehouse at the destination 90 days after they arrive at the final port of discharge, blah blah blah, right? Okay, so that is that. Just to tell you, reporting procedure for insurance claims. I'm not sure we got to go with that. So let's see. Unloading list of the second batch, right? We just told you about the first batch. The first batch is in the country, but the government has not spoken anything about this Chinese rice. So let me give you the update on the unloading list of the second batch of Chinese rice of the Emergency Food Aid Project to Liberia. It's called the Emergency Food Aid Project to Liberia.
But it's going to be used now for money-making purpose.
Container quantity 31, package, total packaging 14,400, date of package, blah, 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 because they have not done that yet, so that is not captured. When they start to work on it, they'll put all of these for the second batch, right? For the second batch. So, folks, the question remains. The question remains that needs to be answered as to whether the government of Liberia, the rice that was donated by the Chinese, is what the government is donating, or is what the government is using to package and resell in their mind at whatever $14. And that $14, mind you, it is the what? The wholesale. That's the wholesale they're giving it to the K&K and other people for.
It could be sold out
So
there
the
for
retail
around
will be around, I'm told, the retail will be around, the retail around $14.50 or $15 on the retail. But the president did not indicate that in his communication.
So even if he said it for $15, you're talking about around 3,000 because of lack of the US rate now is 200.
Yeah, and people are not considering that. Yeah. So he only talked about the wholesale. But the people you want to affect are the ordinary people. So you got to tell them how much they will have to take from their salaries to pay for rice and how you have impacted that. And people need to be smart with that. So, however, the rice price is not guaranteed to be stable after this because it is a gift. The gift will come. We don't know how long the gift is going to keep coming. So whatever price that the government has pronounced is temporary, but the government is not being sincere open to say the truth to the Liberian people. And when you treat people like that, it's terrible, right? And that is why all of these things are coming up. And yesterday, so when we posted that this is exactly what it is, some people in the government started getting angry, and they were getting, but we have a duty to the Liberian people, and you have to say these things so that people will be aware in advance. You need to tell us, Mr. President, the rice was given. It's clear. The document I read, almost all of the document here, the Chinese say this is a free gift to the Liberian people.
The same rice that you running behind people for the one that came during their regime.
The asset recovery. So the same thing you're doing with the how you call it, the Saudi rice, because they want to own him for the disaster people. The same thing you're doing, this thing is on record. That government food is given to the Liberian people. So the idea of trying to rebag these rice, give it to importers at $14 wholesale price, and then they go onward and sell it to the Liberian people for $15 or $14.50. So a source told me, who is an importer, that they have agreed they will be selling the rest for around $14.50 and $15.
Okay.
So this is where we are, fellow Liberians. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ibrahim Yen, who was the contact person, needs to come out and tell the Liberian people what is the status of the Chinese rice. It was for the Liberian people. You need to tell us where is the status of the Chinese rice, because the second consignment is supposed to be coming soon. You can't run a government where you're not telling the citizens the truth and you're just doing all kind of social media thing, and you just run, the president not bring rice price down. And look, folks, this is not how the things work. This is not how economic and prudence operates in a country where you want to impact. Rights issues are very these are issues at the core of the Liberian people need. Right? You don't joke with these things because people need to survive. People need to live. Right? First of all, you need to tell us the quality, the specification of rice. And I'm told confidentially, as soon as the rice comes out, you will know it is the butter rice, that old butter rice we used to eat during the wartime. This is what the people are bringing. The government don't care. All the government care is just for the camera and the microphones. Government put red bread and what kind of rice, we don't know. The grade of rice, we don't know. How good it is for our health, we don't know. You can't run a country like that, Mr. President. You can't. People around the president need to be sincere and advanced. These are some of the problems we have. Sometimes all of it is not just the man who is seated as the president, but again, it becomes the man who is seated as president because it is the man who recruits the people he has in his cycle as his confidant. So it must be on the basis of merit and repetition that you bring these people in your cycle and demonstrated nationalism. Because when people who are close to the presidents of the country are more selfish and more self-seeking than preferring national solutions to national problems and thinking about the life of the people in the slums and considering our mothers and fathers in the interior, their welfare, and not just them because they have the capacity and they can buy the American Powerball rice for them and their family. What kind of rice are you selling for $14? That is it. We'll take free calls on this, and then we'll close up with our mayor, who has also come to talk to
I'm
us
too
about
from
something.
the Calvary Christian University.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's all conversation. So, but let's take calls on this. Liberians, this is it.
So the numbers are 077-6104-104,
We will share this document for you all to get in, read it for yourself. Keep it in your archive.
104. This person, morning, 30 seconds.
Morning, my son, this is Pastor.
Go ahead,
The
Pastor.
Pastor told us that the whole government, they are being people. They say there is no standard direction on this government side. All of them, they confused that they are being. So that BSP, they are running on Liberian people. And that the BSP, they use to win the election and to rig it. And today we are taking
You're running behind for Saudi rest, but you have not told the country about the Chinese rest that you get.
Okay, let's talk to another person. Hello, 30 seconds. 077610410486500-104. The numbers. Want to pick just few calls. Today, then we try to transition. Hello. Hello. Yeah, you live. Morning, man.
If we not care for the first fire, tonight, he will answer. He will answer. What will graduate something? So, all of them will not take that. We have come out. We'll go to the house to protest. Telling me.
Okay. All right. This person. Hello.
So, morning, rest. Don't go to the food and
going for clarity. So, like, I'm listening to the president's own emotions on the reductions of some basic commodities like flour and rice. But for this president that do other things, he takes the agriculturalist. We're not expecting now to be telling about reductions in basic commodity, the rice, the flour. We're expecting to stop planting Rex on the land that he purchased for us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Time is against us. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Yeah, there's more red issue here. I know that red, how long will the people that keep breaking? I just explain to you. I came from Broadway this morning. So my colleague told me, let's start to eat something. As we were eating, one woman entered the place with, I think, 1 cup or 2 cups in the plastic. He's baking the woman was getting the corn soup when we go cook in the rest. He set in my eyes. I cannot take it 2 of them from my pocket to give them.
Okay.
To take how people are suffering in the country.
All right, let's talk to Masisi. Masisi, morning.
Good morning, Edgar.
You're live.
Y'all need to ask the government for the Chinese rice. Right now, the rice, before they said the rice in our people food. The Chinese people say they get food, free food. The government won't sell the food. Y'all ask the government for the Chinese rice. We have the document. We'll post it on our pages.
Thank you. No, Master Abu, you're supposed to be the right thing for the Label people. Let me say the Master
Oh, they say they dissolve the color brigade. No, their money. They're not paying. No, they're not paying the color brigade. So they're not calling this now.
For all the still get, no, let for my son will get. No, so the issue they rest for my son. No, Blanca people laugh at the people. Tell you all they pay rest spread that to $14 wholesale, right? So if I buy $14 tapoli in my shop, that will say $14 you get to the people. They what I'm looking for. Then the person will let you people flying bright. They won't pass around with a tally for. Get a man from Basel, passing around. They ready to bring what the ready to bring down. They may say wholesale $14 US. You come to your friend, you buy it, you bring it to your job. You pay it, can't pay. I'm putting the car, bring it, I'm paying for it for that. Then we say, I'm going to $14 US. They have no business.
Okay.
And then for get sense,
All right, Masisi. All right, Abu, because of time, we can cross.
Yeah, so that is exactly what it is, folks. Let me squeeze it. Good morning. Mm-hmm.
Is this Freedom FM?
This is Freedom FM. Go ahead, let's hear you.
All right. Well, I wanted to
regular listener of this program, freedom. But let's be realistic. The government try to reduce the price of flour. Fine, that is welcoming to the Liberian people.
Of course, we agree. It's welcoming.
Yeah, it is welcome to the Liberian people. But we all have been hearing for reduction of price and major commodities rise.
Mm-hmm.
And now the government is taking a lead.
No, but it doesn't happen like that, my brother. Right?
Yeah,
no. Listen to me now. You have your right. We have a role to play, right? As media, and that what you don't understand. You won't dictate to us, right? When these things happen, we go behind, get the facts, and make sure that people what they say is consistent with the reality. Or else it turned out to be something. Somebody else say, "Oh, bring the rapper down." The government once upon a time said they were bringing 300 little buses, right?
Yeah. Okay. Right now,
where are the buses? So you don't always put yourself in a position where you gotta be defending government, but you go in the market, then you get confronted with the same thing. So leave the advocates to do their job. No, listen to me now. Let me help you the money because a lot of you, because you're dancing poo water, so you always feel obliged to come and put all kind of defense. These campaign times are over. And you understand? This country here, when the rapper come down, that all benefit. Even myself here will benefit. Everybody. But there's a systemic model in which these things are achieved. So when somebody issue a press statement and say respect come down, there is no indication of meeting the stakeholders. There is no commitment from central government that directly contribute to the sector in ways that says, as a result of the action the government has taken, the rest price will be impacted. Then yesterday I say, because government announced so much yesterday and leave it.
I understand the pain, but I understand from the angle. You not only say the auditors must go through speaking, and right away the president sort of committee, our committee, to fast track some process and see how to meet over to monitor the economic situation.
But the very our committee still meeting people, they ain't finished yet.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you. The very our committee still meeting with people. Star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. And if the government dare that what we are saying is not true, let them just indicate. They can't even try it because they know it's fine. That what we took our time, read everything. So let them say, oh no, there was no Channing rest or the Channing rest. Here we've been giving it. Let them show all the record. So let's go across the table. And speak our guest to conclude, continue to play while Hagar is talking to the guests, and then I'll be doing the draw right behind you.
So, yes, like we promised you, we got with us here in studio. Sorry for the little bit of delay. That was from his side, but it's okay. We got him here. Now, we got with us here, Mr. Sir Alfonso Tiller. I'm told he's from the, what do you call it? The Carver University. Carver Christian University. Tell us, not much is being heard about this Carver University or whatever. Where is this located and what are those programs being offered there?
Yeah, good. So I'm Sir Alfonso Tiller. I hold a Master of Philosophy in Science Education.
Okay.
I'm an analytical chemist. And then I'm also a lab technician. I was trained to train people. And then I'm also an author. I was trained in Ghana. So I'm back home. At Carver University, I've joined them. We have rebranded the science program. Because you see, to be honest, science is a major challenge for Liberia school system. Our university challenged to do science. Our high school challenged to do science. And so there at Carver, we have rebranded the program such that we are doing holistic science. Okay. Science should be holistic. You may ask, what do I mean? What I'm driving towards is that holistic means that it should be both theoretical and practical. Only Liberia is doing theoretical only in the 21st century. And don't forget now, we have borrowed a saying from the former president, President Ellen. She said, the education system is a mess. That's the only reason why it's a mess. Because how will you do physics? No lab. Chemistry? No lab. Biology? No lab. Oh, man. So at Carver, to put in a nutshell, we are rebranded the first time in the Republic of Liberia. Another thing, let me just say it quickly. There is no college of education that is catering towards training of science teacher in the Republic of Liberia. But Carver Christian University is the first. It's the first that we are going to be doing holistic science for the first time in the Republic of Liberia. So on our honor level, All the 100 level, 200, we're going to be doing it along with the practical. First time in Republic of Liberia. The first time in Republic of Liberia, we have a college of education that going to cater towards training teachers. And that's why I'm here. Starting next Saturday at our university, we are inviting teachers from all around Liberia, basically in Mosurado now. We're starting. We're going to be doing a free training. Free, already made free. We are going to be producing our own apparatus. We're going to be producing our own chemicals and going to do it free. The reason why we're doing it free, we want for Liberians to really get involved in science, and that's what I'm here. So the program is going to kick off this Saturday at Calvary Christian University. The first time in the Republic of Liberia to be training teachers to demonstrate biology lab, to demonstrate physics lab, to demonstrate chemistry lab.
So all of these good things that you've said, one good thing that you needed to have done, I don't know whether you've done so, is to engage with various schools administrators and connect with their biology teachers or instructors, as you have said. So have you been able to do that?
You are just in our thinking faculty here. We have, for the past 2 weeks, we've been going around different sectors of Monrovia, meeting schools, meeting the authority, and they are excited. The teacher say, the principal say, Mr. Tina, are you sure you're ready to demonstrate the lab?
How long this program is going to last? Is it only for Saturday? And you think if it is only for that Saturday, is it sufficient to give those instructors first hand?
It's not sufficient.
Okay, so what could be the plan after?
Okay, yeah, so good. That's why I like that question. You see, when I was training in Ghana, it took me 3 years to learn all these things. So it is impossible to learn all these things within 1 month. But we are doing a package, a sandwich package 1 month this September to ginger our school system. We hope that the Ministry of Education is listening to us. We hope that the National Commission on Higher Education is listening to us. We just want to, it's a jump start for now. So it's going to be intensive and going to be on Saturday. We're going to have 2 sections. We're going to have morning section and afternoon section. So now the whole thing is to broaden it. It has to go beyond this. It got to go for maybe the past, let's say, 3 years or 4 years. So our college of education, that what made it, I must tell you for a fact, the best teacher training college now is at Calvary University. The reason is the 4 years is going to be during your college, your education with Calvary. You will do all the practical. Like I said, it took me 3 years in Ghana. So you do all the practical. It's not sufficient for 1 month, but it's just a ginger to jumpstart the process, and they're going to be in our college education. But we are excited that schools are responding. So
what's the requirement if I want to form a part? Like maybe I'm a science student and want to form a part of the training. Do I have to necessarily be an instructor in a school?
Not necessarily.
Or as a science student, I can form a part. If yes, how can I be a part? Or how are those schools being recruited?
Yeah, good. Now, we have come across a lot of applicants that say, Mr. Taylor, I'm not a teacher, I'm interested. So they come on board. And a lot of people say, Mr. Taylor, I've been teaching, but let's change to make me sick, man. You're teaching chemistry, you can't do lab. So for Nana in the classroom, but with this, I can get back in the classroom and say, yeah, good. So it's open right to everybody. Yeah, once you have the interest, okay, be you instructor or not.
What do I have to bring? What do I have to gather before I can come in terms of finance, like for registration or whatever?
This is what we say free. Absolutely free. And only at the end of the program, we're going to certificate you. You must pay for the certificate. That will be going for $20.
Okay.
But all the chemicals is free. You're not buying any chemical. All the apparatus free.
What's the motive? What's the motive behind this?
We want for Liberia to know that Calvary Christian is the first to have started standard science education. That's the motive. And if Calvary Christian University can do it, it means that other universities will follow suit. That's what we hope. The Nigerian guy, you're a journalist here, guy. Look, I want you to investigate. If you don't know the university, I'm going to direct you. We will have formerly Mabel Makum get away around there. Please come and see our lab. Man, beautiful, unique lab. Come and see facility. And then the program going to be on Saturday. Please do investigative reporting. Come on Saturday and see for yourself.
That is upon your invitation.
As I'm giving the invitation now. So please come on Saturday and see the training so that you can come back. Because, it hurts me that, I don't know, maybe you can investigate. There's some university I have visited. This common high school, this practical paper 3 is a high school. But by right, according to university standard, at the education, all around the world, 100 level is a repeat of high school all around the world. But it's unfortunate that most of our universities cannot even solve the high school papers. It's a challenge. So we are saying, let's collaborate, because that was quality control. Every university has quality control. You must collaborate or you must outsource. If you cannot do a program, associate or collaborate. Like for example, it's about time now for people for university to collaborate. So we are coming out now to flare our program. So we hope that other universities can collaborate with us. Let's do this. It's a right of the student. If you don't do this standard program, you deprive them of education, which is wrong. It's really, really, really wrong. So please, let's collaborate. Let's improve education, because I don't see a reason why library is not ranked. And that's one of our missions at Harvard University. If people should just listen to us, we will show that pattern will have to be ranked. The ranking has criteria, right? But why library is not ranked? Even our high school, we're not ranked. All the other schools are ranked. All the other countries, Ghana has the highest ranking. Nigeria is ranked. Sierra Leone, can you imagine? Sierra Leone have 2 schools that are ranked. You have all Methodist girls and all Methodist boys. 53 and 54 in Africa. Hey God, man. Then what's wrong with Liberia? So when I say anything, people can say, hey, Mr. Tito, you acting like you do know, they will kill you. They point like people who educated to be saying that about thing where I'm ready. I'm a scientist. Most of the time you see scientists, we don't know about God. We don't care about God. But this scientist that is called Taylor de Gisi, man, I'm a God-fearing scientist. I love God. And I believe greater is in me that he's in the world. So I'm not afraid. So, I'm going to say until we can do standard science in the country. So one thing again could be talking to the Ministry of the Ministry of Education. Yeah. This is a very key and interesting thing that you bring into our country. Yeah. But how to integrate this to the educational curriculum of our country, so that from maybe 9th grade up to 12th grade, I can start to do the chemical and all of that in high school before going to the university. Have you been able to engage the government from the Ministry of Education? I'm begging you. You are Liberian. I'm a Liberian. Ghanaians have come express. They ate the money and went back. Liberia system still a mess.
That is because they don't trust Liberians.
That's what I'm coming to. And I'm going to give you a tax. Nigeria have come, they ate the money and left. It's still a mess. Now you have a typical Gisi man that say, I can solve it. There is a problem. No one will listen to me. So I'm begging you now. I have written ministry from the time she took over. Every time I go, the minister, the letter say there, I'm begging you, don't do it for me, Higa. Do it for Liberia. First thing I'm saying, come and visit our training program so you can have facts. Yeah? I want you to have facts. Come and visit our training program. Now you see, I got tons of the papers. This is paper 3. I want you to do what we call investigative journalism, right? I will give you some of the papers. Go to 5 universities, ask them to demonstrate this paper, because this paper 3 is practical. It's not theoretical. And see who will demonstrate. Then come to us at Harvard University and get the facts. After you are getting the facts, I'm begging you, Hagar, engage us, help us to engage the minister. Tell the minister, look, you have a scientist, like Gisi scientist man that can.
Maybe the minister is afraid you want to take our job.
Hey, I don't use to go to the ministry. I go to my colleague, I'm a matter where I graduated from. That's the only thing. I don't want to take anybody's job. The job I can do, nobody can already do it. From what I've seen, sorry to say it, but prove me wrong. Take the paper, 5 papers from 2020. 2021, 2022, 2023, up to 2023. Take the 5 papers, go to the Liberia University and try. Say, look, I want you to solve the papers. So you got the chemistry and physics. Please do it for me. Then you will see what I'm talking about. People, we kind of a sugar-coating science here. We're not really doing science, but someone like me that was say, I want to take the job. I don't want to take anybody's job. This advocacy, I'll be on it until Liberia can study science. So when you have gotten these facts, then I want you to help me to let's have an audience with the ministry. The minister, sorry. Let's have an audience. Let minister know. And you know the beautiful thing about most of our things we have here, they are made by us right here in the Republic of Liberia. It had never happened before. So you see, look, our tree in Ghana. Ghana will always want to be the first and the best. And I can tell you, Harvard University is the first and the best when it comes to science. Okay. So I'm giving you the tax. Please don't do it for me. Do it for Liberia. Visit our campus. Go to our lab. Come on Saturday, see the training program, visit other university, get on the fast paper and see they can solve it. Then you have put your facts together. Then please, I'm begging you, not for me. Let's engage the minister and say, look, I have been around and I see the challenges and this is why I saw a solution. Then let's engage the minister and have a
so for the training on Saturday, how can one contact you in case somebody listening to you through this medium is interested?
Yeah.
Do you have contact numbers?
So I'm going to give 2 numbers.
Do I have to necessarily come at the facility first?
No, you can call, but coming at the facility is fact funny. Yeah, but you can call my dean, the dean for the science faculty. Her name is Mrs. Guer. So you call on 077 052 9326. I go over it. 077 052 9326. Or you can contact Mr. Taylor on 077 0066012. I go over it. 077 0066012. So let us work together. Let's collaborate. You know, if all of you universities listen to me, can see the sense, all right, and say, look, let's collaborate with this guy. Look, we improve education. I don't see the reason why we're not rank, and I will not stop until Liberia get on my ranking.
Maybe we can check to see whether we can just pick a few calls. 077 6104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104. Let's hope that schools can take advantage of the opportunity, like you've said. How beautiful it sounds. Let's see that they can take advantage of such an opportunity to be able to empower their biology instructors and even chemistry physics and all of those instructors to be able to contribute to the educational needs of students, not just to do the paperwork, while the performance and demonstration is important. So 0776 104 104 086 500 104. We can have a call. Then maybe we can get back to Mr. Taylor. He gave us his parting comment. We hope we can bring him in. This is a very interesting conversation. We hope that we can bring him on another day to use at least like an hour or 45 minutes. So we talk more about all of these things to better explain to the country, especially schools administrators, the importance of this. So, Mr. Taylor, anything just before we take leave of you?
Okay, so I'm appealing to us Liberian. The solution for our educational problem is in our hands. So let's collaborate. So we, from our part at the Carver Christian University, we're going to start our free training of science teacher coming this Saturday, and it's going to be intensive for this September. So please, the training is free. All you need to do is to contact the dean of the faculty of science faculty, Ms. Square, 077 052 9326, or you can contact me directly on 077 0066012.
Okay, so let's hope that we try to be there. It's a Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday. So it's not on Saturday. It's gonna be the whole month.
Every Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday.
Okay, so yes, but I will try to see the start of it.
Yeah,
and we better. But we'll talk all of these things. So thanks for the time. Okay. Yes. So, folks, that's all the time we've got to be with you here on today's edition of the program. Until we are back here is on tomorrow. Abu and I are going to be climaxing our week's partnership. So the name is Hager. No good in saying goodbye. Let's keep the peace of Liberia. Liberia deserves better. Until we are back here together, I'm out of this building.